what am I supposed to say? It's your boy Zach Zamilian back at you. But this was a win, but it was a win that came at a highly cost. Tony Romo broke his collarbone. So far, they don't know a timetable. Most likely, people are presuming he could be done for the year. A lot of people are presuming he could be out 6 to 8 weeks, the same amount of time that's going to probably take Dez Bryant to get back from the bone graft in his foot. Cowboys win this game 20-10. They made the Eagles look ridiculous. But the Eagles took our starting quarterback. And it was embarrassing, okay? I was watching this game, okay? I was watching this game. I was dining out. I was at B-Dubs or some shit like that. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. I woke up from a nap. But here's the thing. I heard an Eagles fan cheering, "Oh yeah, fuck you, Tony Romo, you're injured. Eat shit, Tony Romo." You rooted because of a player getting hurt? It doesn't matter regardless of whether or not it's Tony Romo. If you root, if you clap, if you cheer for any injured player, whether it's Tony Romo to J.J. Watt, you root for an injured player, you are an absolute gutless, spineless, ruthless piece of shit. That, as I said, this game came at a cost. We already lost Dez Bryant. We lost him last week. We lost Randy Gregory. We still have Greg Hardy and who's the motherfucker? That pothead bitch, Rolando McClain. He's still out. They're both still out from suspension. And then Scandrick tears his ACL, done for the year in practice the week before season starts. I don't know what to do, man. And we face the Falcons come next fucking week. It may be in Dallas, but the Falcons look pretty impressive. At least Julio Jones does. Julio Jones already has, I think, he already has over 275 yards in 2 games. Julio Jones is going to shred that secondary unless Sean Lee pulls 20 tackles and 5 interceptions. There's no way we're going to beat the Falcons next week. I guarantee you. We're going to... We were lucky we faced a really shitty Eagles team right now. Because the Eagles, let's face it, they look like shit. They look completely disoriented. They look completely dysfunctional. Sam Bradford looks lackadaisical. Or lackadaisical, whatever the fuck that word is. You know, he looks absolutely clueless and helpless. DeMarco Murray's bitch ass can't get even over 10 yards. He has 11 yards in... He has 11 yards on 21 carries in 2 fucking games. I mean, fantasy owners are pissed because they were expecting DeMarco Murray to have a big year, and wouldn't you know, DeMarco Murray's having a shit year. And that's what that O-line does to you. Philadelphia Eagles, Jason Peters, you fucking Baloo from Jungle Book looking ass. I don't want to hear you talking shit saying, "Oh, we got the best offensive line. We're better than Dallas." Really? Because the last time I checked, DeMarco Murray ran for 2 fucking yards today. Our offensive line, he ran for over 1,800 yards last year with our offensive line. That's right, bitch. Our offensive line is better than yours. I don't want to hear you talking shit. Because that's funny. Eagles players, they talk shit on top of shit on top of shit. every single year. And then we got Byron Maxwell's sorry ass saying how, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl. You know, that's funny considering how he's won a Super Bowl and he wants to get the team motivated. But it's players like Maxwell and Peters that makes me want to say it's why players should keep their mouths shut. It is the one reason why the players need to keep their mouths shut. Because 0-2 start and losing to the Cowboys at home in your home opener to start the new season is exactly the reason why. Exactly the reason why you don't talk shit in the preseason. And as I've said before, it's easy for Byron Maxwell to say, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl because he won one. But that was when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. And what's Seattle doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. They just lost to the Green Bay Packers. I think 24-17. So they're now 0-2 as well. They switch swapped. And what's it doing for them? They took Kerry Williams, sorry bitch ass, and because they didn't want to give Byron Maxwell the money, Maxwell left to go to Philadelphia Sheagleland, and now look at him. And to a slight extent, I have every right to talk shit as a Cowboy fan, because Eagles fans were, like, people were doubting us again because of all the injuries. Guess what, folks? We're one of the many remaining teams in the league that's 2-0. Now, granted, I know we probably look like the weakest 2-0 team in football because of the injury of Tony Romo. But the fact you cheered an injured player, ruthless piece of shit, and you should have took your drunk ass and left the bar. How dare you? How dare you root for an injured player? That's like when Kiko Alonso and Michael Kendricks got hurt. You know what we fans did? We were like, oh no, he has an injury. And we weren't just going, yeah, woo, he got injured. Like some of them drunk bastards who can't even control themselves. But how can you sit there, watch a game on the television, watch a game, and you cheer for an injured player? I don't know what to tell you, but bring on the Falcons. And I'm probably expecting our asses to get whooped. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have a wide receiver. We don't have any defensive players outside of Sean Lee. It's looking really dark over Dallas. It really is doomsday in Dallas because we lost Dez last week to a bone graft in his foot. Then we lost Randy Gregory with that high ankle sprain. And then we lose probably the heart and soul of our entire team, Tony Romo, to another broken clavicle. And yes, that's right, folks. It's the same one he had broke in 2010 when we went 6-10, and we lost to sorry fucking teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. But yet we beat Peyton Manning in the Indianapolis Colts. That was when Manning was still on the Colts. And I'm telling you right now, Julio Jones looks really good. Julio Jones, I think, outplayed Odell Beckham Jr. I don't care if Odell Beckham Jr. had a touchdown. We shut him down last week, and he took it out on the Falcons today. But that's absolutely no excuse for the fact we should definitely be 1-1, but I just feel like Brandon Whedon needs to be on point, okay? Whedon needs to step the game up, and most importantly, if any receiver on the team, and that's not outside of Jason Witten, fuck Gavin Escobar. I can't believe he fumbled that football. I don't know how you let that shit just, bop. You let Byron Maxwell strip you. Byron Maxwell is a sorry piece of shit who wants money. And you let him strip you. Really? Byron Maxwell? 14 times the ball was thrown his way against the fucking Falcons last week. And only one pass did not get caught that was thrown in his direction. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot there's a difference between, I think the DC was Dan Quinn for the Seahawks last year compared to Billy Davis, who's a piece of shit, and every Eagles fan can agree with it. But it's besides the point. Where I'm going at is, I don't know who the fuck's good enough to guard Julio Jones. I really don't. I mean, I don't even know who guarded Julio Jones against, or, I'm sorry, not Julio Jones. I don't even know who guarded Odell Beckham Jr. Last week. I think it may have been either Brandon Carr, if not Tyler Patman. But we definitely need to find something, and we better hope Sean Lee can really make a disruption on Matt Ryan, because next week's going to be a preview of two teams that are both 2-0, probably both surprising 2-0s, but I bleed it. Absolutely bleed it. I just got to pray that Romo's injury is not a season-ending injury. Now, granted, people are going to be like, oh, it's a season-ending injury. Well, if you remember, folks, when Romo had that injury in 2010, he had sustained that in the 7th week of the season, which it's a 10-week process, okay? It's usually a 2.5 to 3 month process. Romo this time injured it in the 2nd week. At minimum, he could be back by Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is as soon. It's as soon as he can come back. And DeMarco Murray, you piece of shit, you were saying how, oh, you know, I'll get my revenge. No. If it wasn't for our offensive line, you wouldn't have had all those records. So therefore, every Eagles fan in Philadelphia is really seeing how big of a piece of shit you really are. Keep talking that shit, Murray. I'm waiting for your bitch ass to come to D, the big D, and get absolutely no yards. You'll get negative yards. I'm hoping to God, I am praying to God you get negative yards come Dallas. I'm out, everybody. Fuck DeMarco Murray.